Hi guys, so finally I am filming my tattoos and piercings video, the most popular video requested by you guys. So I'm going to start off with piercings because all I have is my ears pierced and I had those done when I was 2. I swear I remember getting it done. I remember I didn't cry and that was a big thing for me because I was such a crybaby, especially at 2. I said this to my mum and she was like, yeah, you didn't cry. But she said I got one ear pierced and she said, do you want the other one done? And I was like, mm-mm. So several weeks later I had the other ear pierced. I've wanted a lot of piercings. I never got them done, kind of wasn't allowed to. So yeah, just my ears pierced, which is a bit boring. So on to tattoos, which I'm sure is the most interesting bit for you guys. If you don't like tattoos, maybe you don't watch this video. I obviously like tattoos. I asked you guys to put me questions. So questions I've put down. Any tips, advice for someone getting their first tattoo? Maybe start with something small. Plan, perhaps try drawing it on. Get someone to draw it on you. Discuss the sizing because maybe you want it smaller, but they can give advice of get it bigger because it will look better for longer. So I got my first tattoo when I was 20. This was the anchor. It took me a year to kind of find a design I really like. I love anchors, but I'm very fussy with them. Originally I wanted it with rope around it, so I would draw it on my wrist with eyeliner or biro. It was quite good to see the sizing I wanted and also to have it on for the day and kind of feel like, do I like having it there? Because if I don't, it's gonna be stuck there. I only ever wanted just this one anchor tattoo. They kind of become addictive. I don't really understand that till I got it done, and then you want more. Maybe not for everyone. Originally, as I said, I wanted rope on the anchor, but then the tattooist was like, I can do it. After a while it just wouldn't look that good. He recommended that I don't, so I didn't. So I listened to the tattooist because it's their job. Like, they know what they're talking about. I was so nervous about getting it done. I got quite worked up and this is so embarrassing because this tattoo is like nothing. It hardly took any time. It didn't hurt, but I got so worked up about it that I almost fainted and almost threw up. So my advice would be bring some food in your bag in case you have a funny moment. Eat before you go. Don't drink before you get a tattoo. Lay down, because all my other tattoos I've had, actually I didn't for this one, but for my thigh and my ribs I lay down, so you can't faint when you're laying down. Do you think? You can't, right? Gonna say you can't, but laying down makes such a difference. You're relaxed, the blood isn't rushing from your head. Yeah, that's so embarrassing because literally the anchor tattoo hurt the least out of all my tattoos. Like, I kind of felt it when it went over this tendon. I think that is a tendon. So next question, what do your parents think of your tattoos? They don't really want me to get any more, but they don't mind the ones that I've got. I did say I'm not getting any more, but I'm tempted to. Which hurt? What are the pain levels? So as I said, this, should I give them out of 10? Okay, anchor out of 10, like a 2. This probably was a 0. The owl, most of it didn't hurt apart from at the bottom, some of the roses. Oh my god, I would give some of the roses a 9. Not even joking. I almost said to her, can we stop? Because it was so painful, I literally just wanted it to stop. Because it was very continuous, but most of it I'd give a 3, 4. Because my owl took 3.5 hours. So after a while, you know, the skin's quite just sensitive. So the owl had 2 years ago, so this was 4 years ago. I'm gonna guess this was 3 years ago. And then my ribs I got back in February. Ribs tattoo really hurt. It hurt the most, like consistent. It hurt. But part of the roses on the owl I'd say hurt more. But I wouldn't give it a 10 because, as I think, was it Hello October said, like chess pieces I would leave for a 10, like places like that. There's a video of me getting it done, I'm just silent. As he tattooed me, I concentrated on just breathing out and trying to ignore the tattooing because it really hurt. I'm not gonna lie. Someone asked me the prices of my tattoos. I think that's quite like an odd question. It's really gonna vary. I tweeted this as well, and Hello October and Hey Claire agreed with me. It's going to vary on your tattoo artist because they have different hourly rates, and it's going to depend on your tattoo. For example, my owl, at the time the tattooist was $60 an hour and she only charged me for 3 hours, but now the tattooist is $80 an hour, so me telling you the price of my tattoo, you can work it out, wouldn't be relevant now. So it's going to vary on the size of your tattoo, the tattooist. What do your tattoos mean? So, my anchor, you know me, I'm obsessed with sailors, like everything nautical. I have a model boat in my room. It's just an obsession with anchors. So I got an anchor on me. It doesn't really have a meaning, it's just something I like and wanted to have on me. Whenever I go to restaurants or just places out, there's napkins on the table. I make origami cranes. I really, really love them. Someone said such an amazing thing to me. They said they heard something about if you make 1,000 cranes, then you can make a wish. And he was like, oh, is that your thousandth? Yeah, is that a word? Crane. So you can make a wish. And I was like, oh my god, that's such a, like, that's so lovely, but no, but I should use that. So that was really nice. For this I actually made one out of a post-it note and drew it. And my owl, I think that one is my favourite one. The meaning of that is owls are my mum's favourite animal, and it was kind of like I wanted a family tattoo. So the owl is my mum, even though I've named it Alfie, like Alfie, even though that's a male owl. But the owl is my mum, and then the flowers represent me, my brother and my dad. So it's like she's like the rock of the family. The words on my ribs, I wanted a tattoo that was related to photography. Since I was 16 I've been interested in doing photography, and I didn't want to get a camera. The quote, "living in the twilight of half memories," is a quote from a photographer, Phil Toledano. I look at the quote quite differently. Living in the twilight of half memories, to me, is like living in a world full of photos. Like a photo is a fraction, like a tiny, tiny moment of time, this tiny memory that you've captured. And we're just living in all these fragments. And I don't know, it's quite poetic, and to me that summed up photography for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This literally is the most requested video from you guys. I didn't even know it was a thing till lots of you asked me to do it. So please comment, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Hi guys, so welcome to my favourites video. I have been wearing these so much since I got them. American Apparel had 20% off, so I had to get them. I tried them on in store and fell in love with them, but they're £74 full price. That's a lot of money. I sized down for these personally because you can get them in your size, they can feel fine, but they stretch.